Welcome back to Cask and Point. Today is day 2 of our New Era Bourbon Club Advent Calendar, where from December 1st to December 25th, we're going to be trying 25 fun, funky, mysterious samples together. We'll give tasting notes, we'll rate it, and we'll try to guess what we think it is, and then at the end of the video, we'll find out together just what we're drinking. Let's get right into day 2. On the nose here, there's some medicinal cherry, there's some rye spice, some vanilla, some sweet oak. I'm immediately thinking of high proof, something like a Stag Junior on this. There's a little bit of buttercream on this though, so maybe not a Stag Junior, but definitely smells a bourbon, possibly a high rye bourbon, but there's definitely quite a bit of proof. Let's try it. That's interesting. So there's a good amount of rye spice, a good amount of your standard kind of medicinal cherry, a little bit of plum on that. It doesn't taste super unique, which is going to make this a little bit more difficult. I'm immediately leaning towards Buffalo Trace. I will say though, on the palate, it was definitely lower proof. So definitely didn't come through like 130, 135 proof here. Yeah, and there's a good amount of sweet oak on that, and some vanilla on that, some maple on that. I mean, whatever it is, it's very good, but this one I'm having a little bit more trouble putting my finger on it, as it's smelling much more like a traditional Kentucky bourbon here. Let's take a second sip. Okay. That one was a little bit oakier. We're definitely not in the 120s or 130s. I'm thinking we're on 110 proof. A little bit flat on the palate, but the nose here is really nice. But on the palate, it's just kind of a little bit oaky. There's some cherry on there. I don't think this is Wild Turkey. I don't think this is Buffalo Trace, unless there's something from Buffalo Trace that's like 100, 110 proof. I mean, it's definitely not an Eagle Rare. It's definitely higher proof than a 90. And on the nose there's like an interesting sugarcane note on there, like a rye candy note on this. Really sweet note that's making me think it's not Buffalo Trace. It's definitely not Willet. It's not, oh man, I don't know what this is. I don't think this is. Just take a third sip here, and then we'll give our final guess, and then we'll find out. Yeah. So now I'm sitting... We're at like 100 proof, 105 proof. It's a bourbon. Tastes like a Kentucky bourbon. I think it's not Maker's. It's not Wild Turkey. It could be Buffalo Trace. This could be a really good Eagle Rare store pick. But the proof there, it tastes a little bit higher proof. Like I'm thinking it's like 101, 105 proof, maybe 107. But we're not at a wheated bourbon. I think this is a high rye bourbon, or at least some sort of secondary rye component bourbon. I'm going to guess Eagle Rare store pick. I don't think it's right, but I can't put my finger on it. But it tastes like a pretty traditional Kentucky bourbon. Let's find out. Check out our Google sheet here, day 2. Let's check an image. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. So it's a Blue Run. Okay, aged 14 years. It is a bourbon, and it is, let's see, 113 proof. So we were around right on the proof here. Let's see if we get any more information here. Oh, there's a document. Reason for selection. One of the last great projects between Blue Run and their liquor advisor, Jim Rutledge, former Four Roses master distiller, that helped put Blue Run on the map. Very interesting. And looking at some photos here, which I'll be putting on your screen of what I'm actually looking at right now. 14 years. It's a 2021 release, so it's a little bit older. I mean, I've never had Blue Run before, so I wasn't going to guess that, but that's super interesting. It's a pretty traditional bourbon-y flavor profile on this. I realize now I didn't give a rating on it, so I'm just going to go ahead and say that it's a 7.6. I think it was solid, but it wasn't blowing me away, and I think the palate was a little bit flat. I think 113 proof definitely makes sense there. But thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll catch you all in day 3.